Before you even open your laptop to do actual work, you've already made 50 invisible decisions. You've triaged a dozen emails, reorganized a calendar conflict, and figured out your breakfast. It's an exhausting administrative tax you pay just to exist. I wanted to see what happens if we refuse to pay that tax. For 24 hours, I tried a radical experiment, handing every single logistical decision over to an artificial intelligence. The rules were strict. The AI acts as the architect. It researches, plans, and preps the itinerary. My only job is to approve the plan and physically carry out the instructions. The clock hits 7 a.m. and the interface boots up. Immediately, the system pulls in the raw data of the day. Within seconds, it scans the overnight inbox and my cluttered calendar, sorting the urgent fires from the background noise and generating a prioritized list of exactly what needs attention. It doesn't stop at the inbox. It checks the energy demands of my afternoon and picks a high-protein breakfast. It's nutritionally perfect, even if it ignores the fact that I wasn't actually craving eggs. Normally, this is the part of the morning where I'm rushing around, half awake, trying to mentally map out the day. Today, there's zero friction. I just read the screen, cook the eggs, and sit down at the desk. By eliminating the cognitive friction required to start the day, the AI acts as a mental starter motor, moving me directly into execution without the usual 7 a.m. burnout. By 9 a.m., the demands of the day escalate. We transition from simple personal scheduling into the heavier demands of a full professional workday. Standard AI use usually involves a quick prompt and a quick response. But to survive this workday, I had to instruct the system to manage complex, long-term business outcomes. Instead of blank chats for every request, the AI operates inside a persistent workspace, retaining context, documents, and goals. It independently tracks outstanding tasks. If data is missing, the AI flags it, notifying me without needing a prompt. I'm no longer grinding through the individual steps of drafting emails or formatting spreadsheets. My role becomes reviewing the AI's completed drafts and refining the final output. Moving from manually executing software commands to directing an autonomous agent requires a different set of skills. It forces the human user to transition from being a builder to being a manager. At 1 p.m., I'm faced with a massive competitor analysis. Usually, this requires hours of scouring financial reports and industry articles to piece together a coherent picture. When I trigger a deep research function, the system splits the query, reads external documents, and synthesizes the findings. This creates parallel processing. While the machine gathers dense data, I sit down to draft a creative script simultaneously. The clock hits 5:30 p.m., the professional workday ends, and the second shift of personal life admin begins. I need to buy a new air purifier. I hand the requirements to the AI, and it applies that same processing power to compare filter types, measure room capacities, and prices across multiple stores. It cross-references my evening schedule and sees I only have 30 minutes to cook. It picks the most efficient recipe it can find, even if it happens to be the third time I have eaten the exact same meal this week. Tasks that usually eat up an entire evening of scrolling and deciding are mapped out and resolved in a matter of seconds. This autonomous processing power scales across both professional and personal domains, absorbing the data-heavy chores of a full 16-hour day. By 8 p.m., the adrenaline finally wears off. The house is quiet. The rapid-fire tasks are done, and I finally have a moment to sit and look at what just happened. Every single thing I did today, the meals I ate, the research I presented, the household goods I bought, was dictated by a machine. I executed a script written by an algorithm. The system is brilliant at structural optimization. It knows how to save 20 minutes on dinner prep, but it has no way of knowing if I actually wanted the messy, inefficient joy of trying a new recipe that might have failed. When a machine optimizes for efficiency, it naturally discards the spontaneous, non-optimal choices that make a day feel personal. You start losing the friction that gives a life its texture. Total surrender to the system was a useful test, but it's a sterile way to live. The real superpower is the surgical removal of repetitive friction, not the outsourcing of your own taste. AI shouldn't run a life, but the people who succeed will use it to buy back the hours needed for the things that actually matter.